Welcome to Classic Value Investors and Microcap Explosions. This is Mariusz Konieczny. We're going to talk about being frugal, keeping it simple. Now, yesterday, John from On Borrowed Time did an interview with me. So if you didn't have a chance to see it, I am linking you to it in the description. But I want to start this video with my phone, okay? With my phone and with the computer monitor behind, because it's interesting, people notice my phone, okay? And actually, John asked me this question about my phone because someone from his listeners wanted to ask a question about my phone. And I find it interesting because this is not the first time that people said something about my phone. Like one of my students, when we went to a dance competition, her friend also noticed my phone. So people notice my phone, and I find it interesting because this is an iPhone, right? And John actually told me on the interview what kind of iPhone it is. I don't even know. This is like the second iPhone that I had. And I find it interesting because like people waste money on unnecessary things in so many different areas. Like they have to have the newest car or the newest phone or the newest camera, right? And like I don't think about these things. Like I use my phone to talk, to text, right? I have an app on it, I have Twitter app on it, and I have my stocks and email, right? And sometimes I want to go and do the website. That's it. Like that's it. That's what I use it for. And I don't feel like I need to have a need. And I don't even think about it that like, I wake up today like, I need a new iPhone. Like, no, because this one is working. And the only reason why I have this one is because the other one stopped working. Like I was literally forced to get this phone. But right now it's working. I can get my email. People can text me. I can check stocks. I can go to Twitter. I can go to Facebook, right? Like I don't need anything else. And my girlfriend has this phone. She has a flip phone, okay? Like, I notice this, but people notice this. Like, I feel like I am like technologically savvy because I have a smartphone. She has a flip phone, okay? And like, it's falling apart, but it's still working, okay? And all she needs to use it for is for people to call her. She doesn't text. She doesn't use Facebook. I mean, she has Facebook, but she doesn't go on Facebook much. So, like, this is fine. So it's serving all of the purposes. So I don't feel like, it's not like I'm trying to be frugal. It's simply like, I don't think about it. I don't need it. It's working for me. I don't need a phone, right? And the same thing like with my computer here. So I have two computers. I have computer here that I'm using, like right here in front of me. I have two monitors, and I'll actually show you a tour of my house in this video, so you'll see how it's set up. And then this is my old computer that I kind of keep my old files, and sometimes if this one is rendering or busy, I'll use this one, and I have Photoshop on it that I don't have Photoshop here. But like I still use this old monitor because I don't need a new monitor, but I think very soon I'm going to need a new monitor because this one is literally like making like squeaky noise. So like, okay, it's time to upgrade. It's making squeaky noise. It's time to upgrade. But, the same thing with cars. Like I drive a 2006 Honda Accord, and it takes me places. I don't need anything else. So let me show you around.
This is the house that we bought about 5-6 years ago, okay? And the funny part is that we bought it without seeing it, okay? We saw it on the internet, and we had a friend that was living here, and we said, go and look at it. If you like it, we'll take it. And we bought it for one reason only, and it's because it had a big enough basement that we could put a dance studio in there, and I'll show you the studio. But this house was also for sale, and this was for $110,000. This one we bought for $140,000. Because of the craziness in the market right now, the Zillow is telling us that it's worth like 200 or 210. But, the mortgage that we're paying on this is only $800 a month, which includes mortgage and insurance and everything. So, you know, it's really cheap housing in Indiana. So I'll just kind of walk around and show you. Okay, here's a little patio here. I'm not gonna go down there because these dogs are gonna start barking at me. Let's walk around the other way. Okay, here. So this is right here. Where the basement is, where I will show you the dance studio. And then again here, this little patio in the back. Okay. So this is the front room when you walk in. We have a freezer here. That's not a refrigerator, a freezer. You might wonder what these chairs are doing here. I used to have dance classes and I would have people come in here and then we put this to protect the carpet, but I don't have it classes anymore. But we just kind of left it there to protect the carpet. Then there's a living room there. Here you go upstairs to the bedrooms, which of course I'm not going to show you, but right here, this is where the magic happens. This is where I sit. So as I said, I have two computers, right? This is the main one here. And then this is just the old computer that you see from here when I make videos. And, you know, I just use this computer sometimes, but I keep it here for like old files or when this one here is working really hard sometimes. Like rendering videos and stuff, then I use this one. And then here's, you know, my microphone, my squeaky chair, and right next to this is a ballroom dress that, you know, we made. I did all the decoration here. Look at this. This like moves very nicely when she turns, right? And then a little bit of rhinestones all put individually. Then we have a men's outfit on this side, and it just kind of sits here. Big screen TV. Behind this here is like for the camera, lighting for the camera, which I don't use much because I use the camera here on the monitor, which is much faster and easier. But so I guess the only luxury we have is this big screen TV, and all we have is like the antenna, right? This is the antenna here. This is a trophy we won from one of the competitions. But this is the antenna. So we just have Netflix and the antenna. That's it. And then just this is our dining room, very small, connected with a kitchen, and then a refrigerator. Right, stove, just a very small laundry room, right, bathroom, and a 2-car garage. So here we just built these shelves. They weren't here. Yeah, so that's it. Now I'm going to show you the most important part, why we bought the house. This is the reason why we bought the house. That's where the dance magic happens. This is me and my partner doing what's called a samba roll. And then this is the basement. So this is the studio. This is where we practice our dancing. We put mirrors here. Mirrors there. So bum, ba-rum, bum, bum. Little dancing. Here you have myself and my student. And then here is me and my professional partner. So that's it. But this is why we bought the house, is to have this space and be able to practice, have our own music, and not share it with anyone. Come down here and practice whenever we want to. See the floor here, we put the floor ourselves on carpet, because there's carpet underneath. So this is interesting, because this is Russian plywood, and this is how they have floors at dance competitions. They have, this is like 4x8, and they are just screwed in with, they are on a lifted floor. So it's not straight on carpet, it's not straight on concrete, but this is what they have at competitions. They put in, but they have it like 4x4 instead of 4x8. They bring it in trucks and then they screw it on temporarily for the competition and then take it off. So we figured we would do the same thing here, because if we move out, then we can just remove it and then there's carpet underneath. But yeah, that's it. So this is the studio. This is what I drive. 2006 Honda Accord. You know, I just have no reason to buy a different car. I paid cash for it, $7,000. I think it's 2006. And you know, I can, because of it, I can have one-sided insurance is cheap. I don't see myself buying anything more expensive. Okay, this is a neighborhood, Autumn Trails. This is, I mean, you probably laugh because if you live in New York or San Francisco, you can't even fathom these kinds of prices. But this is where doctors and dentists live. This is a house that my student used to live in. Okay, it sold for like $350,000. Okay, that's it, right? And if this house was like in Beverly Hills, it would probably be $5 million. Right? All of these homes are here. They're like very nice looking homes. Okay, look at this one. It's probably like 400,000. But that's it. That's what you can get living in Indiana, in this area. Look at this. In New York, $10 million home. Here, maybe 400,000 or 300,000. Look at this. And the funny part is that, like, these people that live here, my Oracle position is probably bigger than their net worth, for sure. And so we're actually looking, my girlfriend and I are looking at this area possibly to move into. And not because we want to live in a house like this, but because a house like this will most likely have a very nice looking basement that we could have a bigger studio, like, you know, not cut corners, like a full-sized studio where we can do all of our routines and stuff like that. And if I wanted to teach, I would, because right now this is where my student lives, right here. She actually sold the other one that I showed you and she moved into this one. So again, if this was in Chicago, $3 million home. If it was in New York, probably 10. Beverly Hills, probably $10 million home. And here you can get them for $400,000. So let me show you another neighborhood. This is like the new subdivision here, and very nice looking homes. They're not going to be more expensive than 400,000, 400, 300,000. Very nice homes. I'm gonna show you the next level up that are like, 700,000, million, or two. You'll see what you can get in an area like this. Okay, so this is definitely a next level up, right? It's just down the street from where I was. I would say that house is probably $600,000-$700,000. I don't think it's $1 million. Can you imagine this house in Beverly Hills? 10 million, 20 million, even with a gate. There's only like 5 or 6 houses here. You could probably own one of them for about $2,500, $3,000 a month. And then let me show you even one more level up. Okay, so this is like the next level up. This is where the super important people live. Like the ones that want to show that they are great lawyers or surgeons. I think this house is like $1.5 million. There's only like 3 of them on this road. Yeah, so it looks like a little palace, yeah? One time I checked it, this one was like $2 million, something like that.
So that's it for this video. I hope that it was a little bit inspirational. If I didn't live where I live in Indiana and had such cheap living costs, I wouldn't be able to achieve what I have achieved because I had to have such low living expenses in order to be able to put more money into stocks and to grow my wealth. And I just think that, people should think more about these kinds of things. And now that, I am at the stage where I am, maybe I will change a few things. Maybe we'll move somewhere. Maybe we'll upgrade our lifestyle. But I don't know if we will, because if you go through so many years of living in a particular way, it becomes like a muscular memory, becomes a habit. And that just becomes the way of life. And to me, wealth is not about driving a fancy car or having this huge house or showing other people the wealth. For me, wealth is about options, about freedom. And that's the most important thing in the world for me.